It's your boy Matty G reminding you right now, go ahead and take that popcorn on at the microwave, put that extra butter on it, throw some M&Ms in there to treat yourself, and get ready because Scott Larson is bringing the hashtag truth right now.
They say the flame consumes a lot of what it touches, whatever it comes in contact with. Up until now, Mad Faction, you've been the flame. You've consumed everything it was. You've consumed the fans. You've consumed the titles. Pretty much all of it. But the flame also creates a vacuum, which means anything that gets sucked into it gets burned up. And that's where you're headed, boys. You made a mistake. See, Miles Long, Wade Gibson, Brady Hawks, Tommy Fantastic, they're all friends of mine. Come July 15th, you're going to pay. If you look up the word redemption, it means to pay for something. Boys, you're going to pay. Forge Creek Community Center, July 15th. I will be there. And as it says in the Bible, the flame of the wicked shall be put out.
Who is this mystery man coming to WASP? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, the first ever WASP Women Champion, Miss Sam Street. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fine. I am going to publicly apologize to you. I did this before the show. I did it on messages. This is the third time's the charm, ladies and gentlemen. I have asked her to come on the show 3 times. The other 2 times I got really sick, and I thought for sure she was never going to speak to me again. But she agreed, and thank you very much for doing it because I'm really excited.
I'm just happy to be here. We're going to have a great time.
Oh, of course we are. Oh, and they're already starting. Miss Mary Tedder said, hi, Sam and Scott.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on YouTube, Miss Mary. I appreciate it. We're going to start off this like I do every other show. We're going to first talk about you. This whole first segment's going to be all about you. And tell us, Miss Sam, how did you get into this crazy wrestling business, and who started training you?
So, believe it or not, I actually started only 7 months ago. I was a college athlete before.
We're going to get into that too. We're going to get into that later on, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I played soccer for a little bit in college, and then I left because truthfully, this is what I always wanted to do. And somehow or another, I got in contact with somebody who pointed me towards Jimmy Valiant School in Shawsville here in Virginia. And I showed up one day last year, and as they say, I've been hooked ever since. And I honestly could not be any more grateful for Boogie and the trainers and everybody there that I train with. they took me in, and they really have become family for me. It's the best place in the world.
So you went in, you saw Boogie's school, and you got bit by the bug. That was it. You had to be a professional wrestler.
It's the greatest place ever. You walk up, he's got like the building that's like his Hall of Fame that's got memorabilia in it everywhere. All the walls are covered in photos, and then you meet him, and it's such a cool experience.
I bet it looks like a museum in there, man. You just go in there and spend hours just looking at the pictures and all the memorabilia and stuff, man. That's got to be kind of awe. You know, you had to be in awe the first time you walked in there and saw all that.
Oh, you drive out, it's in the middle of nowhere almost. And then you walk up a big hill, and it's just like you're walking through history. It is insane. I was completely in awe the first time.
Oh man, we got people coming in. Joseph said, "Sam, give him a chop for canceling on you." No. I'm not a wrestler. No chops for me. Madison Hope Gibson said, "I am glad to see you at Hillsville, Virginia."
Yeah, that was a great show. It was an awesome show. I had 2 shows in one day that day. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, you double dipped that day. I like it. So you're working hard.
Yeah,
I like.
sure.
So how did you get involved in WASP? Who brought you to WASP? Who sent you in their direction? How did you become the first ever champ? Tell us the whole story.
Yeah, so in my training process, I started showing up to random shows, meeting people, helping out with the ring, that kind of thing, just getting my name out there. And I was at another show, and I was.
Now wait a minute. I hate to cut you off, but I've got to do this.
Okay.
Men and other women in wrestling. Did you hear what this young lady just said? I showed up. I helped put up the ring. I paid my dues. I'm paying my dues. Please, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Thank you for saying that. Keep going. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
No, you're good. You're good. That's just, that was the best way that I got my name out there. That's what people told me to start doing. And that's how 7 months in, that's how I'm here. But I was at another company show, and I was meeting people, and like a day or two after, somebody I knew texted me and was like, "Hey, this guy that you met at a show heard about WASP. They're looking for an opponent for Kavina. Might be a good shot for you." And my second match ever was my first match in WASP. So
nice.
I went down there, and I got a win, and I guess I impressed the people in charge because they kept bringing me back. And then I got a title shot, and here I am.
Nice. So who'd you win the title off of?
Kavina. So
okay,
originally it was supposed to be so Kavina holds the Antarctic Women's title. And so I had won 2 matches, and I was told that the next match was going to be for the Antarctic Women's title. So I show up the next time for that match, and I was told we were in the ring, ready for the match. Here comes DP Holiday, and he made the announcement, they can't sanction the match. We're outside their range, that type of thing. And I was just defeated. My heart sank, and I was like, no, it was supposed to be my first title match. And then he goes, but instead it's going to be for the WASP Women's title. And then match went on anyway. Just for
you got your champ, not only your match, but your championship match.
Exactly. It was so much fun.
That is so. Now I'm gonna ask. I don't know if it's right there or it's available. Do you have your championship with you?
I do not.
Oh, snap!
It is in Tennessee.
I got you. No harm, no foul there. Joseph said, "Sam, you need to check out Ring Wars Carolina." I told you people are going to start telling you to come to Carolina.
Funny thing, I'm debuting there on Sunday.
Look at there. Hashtag truth. Joseph, you got your wish. Go on out there to Ring Wars this Sunday. Guess who you get to see? I love it.
Saturday, I'm in Mountain City for WASP. Sunday, I'm in Benson, North Carolina.
Wow. Now, that is, I would have never thought that in a million years, that boom, just like that. Look at that. Joseph said, just like magic.
Exactly.
Miss Madison said, you're an amazing person.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Oh, so she said, I'm glad you're on. So you're at the School of Morton. We hadn't got that far yet, I'm pretty sure. But So
Yeah,
you're
I'm
at the
there
School of
too.
Morton. Let's move right on. Let's go. School of Morton.
Yeah, so I started at One Legend School at Jimmy Valiant's, and I still train there all the time. Love it there. That's my home. But not too long ago, I was put on the roster at School of Morton.
So
That's
you're
pretty
at
cool.
505 Live.
Sure am. Sure am.
Oh,
They
I'm
are
gonna have to go back and
rebuilding.
catch up on some episodes because I haven't seen it in a little while. I'm gonna have to go back and catch up on some episodes now.
Yeah, so they're building up a women's division right now, and I just kind of happened to find my way there at the right time when that's happening.
Oh man, so you're training under two big time Hall of Famers, and that has to be exciting. That has to be really exciting.
It's surreal almost because you just I didn't grow up in that era. So when I went back and started watching stuff like that, and then I found out that those were the two schools available to me, mind blowing.
Right? And you never know who's going to show up at schools like that because they're friends with all the other greats. You never know if you show up at, School of Morton or Jimmy Valiant. You never know if another superstar, if you walk in the building, if another superstar is going to be standing there to help train.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
yeah.
amazing. I guarantee you, if you're at 505 Live long enough, somebody's going to walk in, being in town just to come up to say hi to Ricky, and boom, there they are.
Maybe. You never know.
Madison said it's amazing. School of Morton. It really is. She wants to know, I think, when I'm coming to School of Morton. I've never had the pleasure of going up there, but I have interviewed plenty of guys and gals who have been there, and I've even interviewed Ricky's son twice on #Truth. So they know me very well. I don't know if I'll ever get up there, but if I do, it's just like Wasp. If they were closer, I'd be there every show. It's amazing, these kids. And I say that with all the love in my heart, these kids are just, and I'm 52, so you guys are way younger than me. But these kids are putting on a great show. These kids are putting on a great show. Brandon Moore, look at that. I just had him on last night. Sam Street is the best. There you go.
Appreciate it.
So, I have to ask, being a woman in professional wrestling, it's not easy. Have you come across that owner promoter who wants too much? I'm not getting into any details, but have you ever come across, I will politely say, have you come across one of those pigs out there in the world?
So I've been really fortunate. I'm aware of the fact that there are different challenges that come from men and women. Obviously,
there you go. That's a good way. That's a better way of putting it than I did.
well, the thing is, there's pros and cons to both. For men, there's more men in the business, but there's it's different challenges for women. So I've been very fortunate in my experience so far, and I have, even if I did come across a situation like that, I have a lot of really good people that I trust that are looking out for me, so I don't really worry.
That's cool to hear that you got a great base underneath you, because I know it's hard. I know not every company out there has a women's division. I think that wrestling is still catching up as far as the women's division. They see it on TV and they think, oh man, it's so easy to build one. No, it's not. It's really not.
No. Yeah. I've learned that.
Mary said Sam could beat any man. Her fans believe in her. There you go.
Ooh, I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all believing in me. I really do.
So I've got to ask, did you start off wrestling men, or have you been fortunate enough that every match you've had professionally has been against women?
So it's been a mix.
Okay.
But I have had some really great women that I've had matches with, and some really great women training me. So I've been pretty fortunate in that aspect as well, because I know, like you said, there's not as many women, so it's not everybody gets that. But I've had a pretty good mix.
That's I love to hear stuff like that. We're gonna hit this first commercial because we're at our 15-minute mark, and then when we come back, we're going to talk for a little while longer. If you have any questions or comments for Miss Sam Street, please put them up there. There's a bunch of people watching. A lot of them are just watching. I want to see some comments. Ask her some questions. We want to get to know everything about Sam Street. And then pretty quickly, we're going to go over a match that you had just here in the future, or you had in the past. I'm sorry, just I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just go to the commercial before I mess this all up. It's been a long day. All right, we'll be back after this short message from Retro Toys and Collectibles. I love this place, guys.
This is 4 Foot Batman. And 4 Foot Batman knows the home of great collectibles at awesome prices. Retro Toys and Collectibles. Movie memorabilia. Magic the Gathering cards. Wrestling figures. Hot Wheels. The always popular Funko Pops, and much, much more. He knows the Hall of Collectibles is located in downtown Cherryville, North Carolina, at 400 East Main Street. Give them a call today, 980-989-5181. Retro Toys and Collectibles, the heavyweight champion in collecting.
4 Foot Batman knows if you need anything, if you collect anything, I mean, games, sports memorabilia, wrestling stuff, movie memorabilia, go into Retro Toys and Collectibles. Cotton owns it. Tell him hashtag True sent you. If he doesn't have it in the store, he can get it for you. I guarantee it. So go up there and say hi and tell him hashtag True sent you. Now, back to Miss Sam Street. I'm going to jump right into this because you showed me something right before the show. It had me oohing and ahhing, and I'm very jealous. I was a two-sport guy in high school. I was in baseball. I could catch, but I couldn't hit the ball. I had a 206 batting average. I stunk at hitting, but I could catch the ball. Football, I played tight end, but it lasted for about 3 games before, the big bug injury hit me, and that was that. But you show the prize. Show the prize, okay. And then we'll talk about it.
So, yeah.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know what that is, tell them.
Okay, so I grew up playing soccer. I played for about 9 years. I grew up playing in school. I played on travel clubs. I played in the Olympic developmental program for 3 years. And then I went on to play Division II in college. And my first year, we won the NCAA Atlantic Region champions.
Wow, so look at that. So what are there positions in soccer? What position did you play?
Yeah, so I played goalkeeper. So
you were a goalie.
Yeah, basically the position that takes bumps in soccer. That's what I always say.
I was about to say, and if you don't jump right, they smash you right in the face with that ball at like 100 miles an hour.
Oh, plenty of times. I've broken my nose a couple times. One of my school photos has cuts on my face in the yearbook. It's really funny. And I have all these stats and stuff from high school, but the only stat that I ever tell people, I've got numbers, save averages, all this stuff. The only stat I ever tell people is so COVID cut one of my years of high school. So I only got 3 full seasons. But in those 3 years, I made the all-district team 3 times on a team that never once won a district game.
You were on all 3 teams and they never won a game.
Correct. So every year
you went from that to a national championship.
Yeah. So I made the all district team every year without winning a single district game on my high school team. Yep. That's
when somebody looks out there and goes, okay, that kid's got talent. I don't know about the rest of them around him, but that kid's got talent.
Yeah. I'm not a conceited person, but that's kind of how it was.
Hey, sometimes it's like that. I mean, I went to high school and there was this kid that was the center on the basketball team, and Wisconsin and Marquette and all them, they were just coming every day to see this kid, and they wouldn't look at anybody else on the basketball team. Guess what, folks? It takes 5 players on a basketball team to win games. He wasn't the only one out there, but because he was 6'7" and we were all, normal size, he got all the attention, but that's okay. Yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I have to say though, I'm really grateful for my high school team because they, as much as I say that like my wrestling family took me in because they did, that high school team, they raised me. That's where I come from. They say never forget where you come from, and they were everything to me for 4 years.
Charles, I got to read this. Charles Cash said, speaking of soccer, you ever take a kick from Sam Street, rate it right up there with the stepping on a Lego or constant bee stings?
That is
Charles is going to ring us right back into wrestling. So thank you, Charles.
Yeah, he trains at BWC with me, and he's taken quite a few kicks from me, so he would know.
So what's your favorite wrestling kick to use?
Oh gosh. So I actually, my finisher, I know it's not a kick, but it's very similar. My finisher is actually Shining Wizard, and that's quickly become my favorite.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Mary said, if you would wrestle anyone past or present, who would it be?
Oh goodness. Okay. So I'm not going to limit myself by gender here, but I have two. I've always wanted to face Sasha Banks from NXT, like NXT Sasha Banks. Love her. And then my favorite ever, like one of the first guys I found was AJ Styles. So loved both of them, just their style mixed with the athleticism. Love it. Either one of them would be fantastic.
AJ Styles was a superstar everywhere he went.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter. Impact, wherever he went, he is the man. And the 4 horsewomen of NXT, all 4 of them, I will say, I will even go this far. NXT back in those days when the 4 horsewomen were there, and you know, Triple H was running it, and it was on Wednesdays on, you know, WWE Network. It was better than any wrestling show out there. And the women shined better than the men. That was what was amazing. Oh, we all did. We have no idea why they put it up on regular TV. Well, we know, but it should have stayed down there. And I mean, they didn't want to make it the developmental anymore. They wanted to bring all, you know, make it all, you know, level. But I loved it when it was developmental. When Asuka was going through there, oh my goodness! I mean, Asuka was a beast. The streak and the way it ended, and her last match made me cry. I mean, that's how great. You know what I'm saying? When they brought out the flowers and in Triple H, oh, it was amazing. I loved it. Shining Wizard to Scott. Joseph, you just want me to get beat up by this girl, don't you? Okay, I see how you are. I love you too, man. Right? I mean, I know I canceled on her a couple of times, but that don't mean she gets to beat me up, man.
I don't hold good.
Oh, that's all good. So, of all the wrestlers that you have wrestled to date, who was your biggest hill to climb? Who was your toughest opponent?
Oh, this one's easy. That's Sasaki, 1,000%.
I'm glad you said that because that's the match we're going to be watching pretty soon.
Oh, she's incredible. She helped train me at BWC. Okay. She's so talented, and so her style is versatile. You never really know what she's going to hit you with next. And honestly, it's just she's somebody that I look up to. But at the same time, when you're in the ring with her, you can't help but be a little bit intimidated.
Right. So it was teacher versus student.
Yeah. We've been going back and forth.
I love those matches.
Months now. Different companies all over different states. 2 in one day. We've been going back and forth for a while. We can't really seem to get over on each other. So it's a lot of fun.
It's called a feud. I love them.
Yeah,
I love them.
Transcending companies.
Right, through all different companies. You know, that's one of my major kicks in a lot of indie companies is a lot of them, and I'm not down in any of them because I love all indie wrestling, but a lot of them don't know how to long book. It's kind of sad to me that, you know, they can't keep a feud going. A lot of them just, you know, after 2 shows, it's a 2 show and then the third one's done. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't had that experience actually.
See,
I've had the opposite.
I got to get to Tennessee. I just got to get to Tennessee because apparently I'm watching wrestling in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm all over Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, but yeah.
Right. I mean, I wrestle. I don't wrestle. I watch wrestling all over North Carolina every day. I don't go there in person mostly, but I have videos sent to me and everything, and it's just I don't know. Sam, can you give insight on walking into a new locker room? Very, very good question.
Oh, I love this question. So, by nature, I'm the new kid at all times because, like I said, I'm still in my first year doing this. So, when I walk into a locker room, I automatically want to pay my respect. And so you walk in with a certain amount of, I don't want to say caution, but you walk in aware of where your place is in the locker room.
Right.
But I think to me, it's just like, I make a point to introduce myself to everybody because number one, it's just a sign of respect. But number two, I want to know who everybody is because you never know who somebody's going to be or who they're going to know. And
Right.
that's how I've met my best friends in the business, my biggest mentors, my biggest supporters, is just as a student, as a worker, whatever, just walking up, introduce yourself to somebody and just do that.
And you never know what door that's going to swing open, like you said, because you could walk up to somebody and be very respectful to them, and next thing you know, they're hitting you up on Facebook. Hey, I was, wrestling at a show with you. There's a company over here that needs a woman wrestler. I thought of you. They said, hey, come and give us a try. And that's how doors open.
That's how I got to laugh.
There, see, it works. And of course, and I'm pretty sure that Mr. Valiant and Ricky had a big, in teaching you that go in, have respect. You always go up, shake everybody's hand, no matter how big or small. Even if another rookie walks in with you, you still shake their hand because you never know.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, that's just old school respect that needs to stick around forever.
Right? I always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's exactly what that is. And so let me ask you this. You said you haven't been wrestling for a very long time. What did it feel like the first time you walked out of that curtain? The very first time that crowd I'm pretty sure you played Baby, came out and just, were they cheering? Were they loud? Or was it, who's this? Let me check it out.
So that first time was completely terrifying because my first match was on my 20th birthday. And my mom was there, and it was just this whole thing it was this whole moment where it was like completely terrifying, but also really cool at the same time. And my first match was a triple threat in King, North Carolina against the two women that trained me. And they both went out first. And then I'm standing behind the curtain and I started shaking. And then my music started playing and I just relaxed. And then I waited. And then after a second, I came through and I saw every kid in the room stand up. The adults, they were already into it, but it was the kids in the room that I saw. And at that moment, like when I saw that, I just relaxed and I just did what I knew how to do. And it was surreal. So much fun.
It's sort of like, and I've never had it happen, so I don't know the feeling, but from everybody that I've interviewed, it's sort of like, you're behind the curtain, you're really nervous. You're almost to the point where, you're excited so much that you want to throw up. But then once you get out there, it's sort of like your training kicks in. It's like, okay, I've done this in practice. I just need to get up there. I need to, show them what I can do. And once that first match is over and you go back behind that curtain, I bet it was a huge sigh of relief, wasn't it?
So much. I literally went back and like a single tear fell from my eye. I was like, I did it. And I always describe it. I came up with this recently. When I'm behind the curtain getting ready to go out, it's like all the air is sucked out of my lungs. And then the second I come through, it's like all the fans out there breathe new air into me. It's the best feeling in the world.
Right? I've again never had it happen to me, never been a wrestler, but I've heard, all kinds of stories. And so did you win your first match against your two trainers?
No. No. I wish, but no.
They weren't going to go that far, were they?
No. I lost my birthday match. It's okay.
It's all good. But I bet you impressed your mom. What'd your mom say? I hate to ask this, but you brought it up. What'd mom say afterwards?
Well, she was standing there taking photos and everything, and I remember right as I left, I was the last one to leave the ring, and I like stood on the apron for a second, and I saw my mom out there, and she put her phone down, she was clapping and all that, and then I go back through the curtain, and she texted me, she's like, you did such a good job, and it was like, when I went back, I was already like a little bit emotional seeing like my trainers and everything, and then I go back to my bag, and I see that message from my mom, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go cry now. And it was so overwhelming, but it was really, really cool.
So along the same lines, how did it feel when that first kid fan walked up to you?
Well,
Sam Street, can I have your autograph or can I get a picture with you? How did that feel?
well, it's two-sided because 90% of it is really, really cool because it was at that show. I went out at intermission and this little girl comes up to me who looked weirdly like me when I was little, so that was kind of strange. But she comes up and she was like, "Can I have a photo with you?" And then she was like, "I was cheering for you," and it made me so happy. But then there's this other 10% that's like, I still feel like a kid. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like the same kid that was watching this stuff and was in awe of the people in the ring.
You're
Because I
still a
am still-
fan. You're still
I'm
a fan.
still so young. I'm still so young
Yeah.
to where as much as like I'm in this, there is still that like that 10% of me that feels like that little kid. And that's what I try to convey to people. And I talked about that a lot before my title match for Wasp. It's just like I'm still the same kid. I just grew up and went for what I wanted. So it's two-sided.
Joseph has a very interesting question. Have you ever started a match after the audience was acting like crickets, and how did you overcome it?
So no, actually, I haven't had that happen. I'm very fortunate. Arguably, I have the best fans. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm biased on this one. I have the best fans. I come out, they're there for me. There's the women in these different promotions that know me. They stand up and they hug me when I'm coming out to the ring. These kids know my name. These families know me because their kids like me. And so no, I haven't had them go crickets, and I'm so grateful for that.
That is, see, I loved hearing stories like that, and it's so much fun to go out and have a cheering section. And I am a big stickler when I go. I've got to be the loudest person at a wrestling show. If I'm not the loudest, I'm challenging whoever's trying to be. I mean,
You're challenging my mother. She loves it. I have
me and your mom would get along just fine then, because I can't be quiet, man. Going to I don't care if it's Indies, WWE, whatever it is. You go to a show like that, you go to chant, you go to be loud, you go to cheer the heroes and boo the bad guys, man. You don't just sit there and watch. If you're sitting there and watching, then that means that they didn't do their job right. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Fans come up sometimes, they're like, "I'm sorry to bother you. Can I have your autograph?" And I'm like, "No, don't apologize. I live for this. This is so cool."
Right?
It's so cool.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to hit this third and quick commercial. Then when we come out of it, if you guys have any, I see there's a couple more comments we're going to get to. And then right after that, we're going to watch Sam Street wrestle a match that she had just a few months back?
July 1st.
July 1st. So there you go. It's just 12 days ago. So there you go. Let's see what they got. Let's see what we got for comments. Okay. Somebody didn't put their name in there, but what was the biggest win you ever celebrated?
Oh, winning my Wasp Women's title. Obviously, that was my first title, and it was so cool. I got to celebrate out with the Wasp fans, best fans. And yeah, it was really cool. During the match, after the match, it was great. Have you started?
Joseph wants to know, have you started selling merch yet?
Everybody asks me this. No, I haven't. I'm working on it. I promise it's coming. You will know when it happens, but I don't have it yet.
Okay, when you start doing it, send me a message. And we'll work on. I'm a big guy. I'm a 450 pounder, so I'm a 6X shirt. I'll buy the shirt if you can just put your print on it. That's all. There you go. I would love to have it.
I will let you know.
Sounds good. All right, let's go to this real quick commercial. It's only 25 seconds long, so we're going to be right back after that, and then we're going to watch Miss Sam Street in the ring do her thing. We'll be right back after this quick message from L&L Fence Company.
L&L Fence Company, specializing in custom fencing from wood and aluminum to chain link. 9331 Albemarle Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. Give them a call today for your free estimate. 704-563-9544. L&L Fence Company, the king in custom fencing.
There you go, L&L Fence Company. Call them today. They'll come out and give you a free estimate. As you see on my screen back there, we're going to put it on the screen right here so everybody can see it. We've got Miss Sam Street versus Sasaki. Is that her name?
Sasaki, the great Sasaki.
Sasaki. Okay, see, I messed it up already. I am sorry, ma'am. Versus Sasaki. I probably said it wrong again. Sasaki.
There you go.
I said it. Sasaki. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to watch it. We're going to ask questions, and Sam can explain to us where she's at and what's going on here as they're coming to the ring.
Yeah, so this was Sober Slam on July 1st. It is in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's basically a young adult rehab facility. It's called the Insight Program. It's an annual show. It's a benefit show put on to, help support and raise money for the facility, but also it just gives a really fun event for these young adults to go to, and they look forward to it. And I have to say, this is the rowdiest crowd any of us had ever been in front of. They are so loud. They're shaking the guardrail. They're into it. They love it.
She looks mean.
She's intense. She's intense.
She is. Boy, look at her. My goodness.
Yeah. That's why I say she's
what
my
a
toughest
look.
opponent. Yeah, and coming out in front of this crowd. Coming out in front of this crowd, you'll probably see it because I just come out like I got all the energy in the world. It's kind of funny to watch back. But you come out, and this is what I'm talking about. When you see these fans, you just like
look at those guardrails. They shook it so much that he had to adjust them and put them back. Look at him shaking the guardrails. She's not lying. Look.
No, you can see it. They're shaking the guardrails. Wait till I go all the way around. These fans are into it. You come out like you're shot out of a cannon. It's so much fun. It's insane. And like I said, it's a little strange to watch back sometimes, but it's so much fun.
Boy, they are all putting their hands out. They're cheering. There's women. I mean, guys, it's awesome.
It's the best. It's the best. Like, all crowds are fantastic, but this one is just a little bit different. They told me ahead of time that this crowd is the rowdiest, but I don't think I believed them.
Now, you said you asked permission to this company so we could watch this. What company are you at, and what is this all about?
Oh, so I just asked people to put it on. They do this one show a year specifically to support this Insight Program. And yeah, I wanted to make sure that I had the information to give because it was such an amazing event, and I was happy to be there.
Always. All right, here we go. Looks like they're about to lock up. There you go. Oh, quickly. She didn't waste no time.
She never does. She never does.
Now she's got size on you by a little bit.
Little bit, yeah.
But that didn't matter. Look at that. Threw her right into the corner. All right.
Yeah, like I said, her and I tend to go back and forth a lot. She's got 10 times the experience I do, but, I bring a different level of athleticism.
Oh, look at that. She locked the leg. That's a veteran move for sure right there. Wouldn't let you go anywhere. She locked your leg so you couldn't go anywhere. That was, wow.
Yeah, and she had me pinned down by both my arms as well. I couldn't go anywhere.
Oh, coming out with the big forearms. Oh, I love this. This is the kind of wrestling that gets me excited.
Yeah, everybody was really into it, and honestly, this is a great. There go those fans. I love them. This is honestly a great example match of how her and I work together. Just back and forth. There's a mix of technical and power in there. I love it.
Now I have to ask you because I see your logo on your wrestling gear, Sam Street, and it's like a street sign. Where did the name come from? You got to tell us about the name. How'd you come about the name?
Oh, the name. So Street is a family name, and
okay.
Yeah, and Sam just kind of flowed naturally with it. Another family name. Both
Very
Sam
good.
and Street are family names. So I just
okay, good deal. And it makes a great logo. Sam, and then you got the street sign. So that it all kind of fell into place. Ooh, uh-oh. Oh, she's biting you. Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Her unpredictability is insane. And you don't know
look who's watching. Look who's watching.
Oh, God.
Here we go. The Mad Faction is in the house.
You know what? You know what? While we're on the topic, I'm glad he's watching because I don't think he's really had a chance to see what I can do yet. And I know he's brought his sister into the mix, but I hope she's watching this too.
Oh, that's right. There is a female in the Mad Faction who is learning
I
to
didn't
wrestle.
forget about her.
Oh, ho, ho. Big kicks.
Yeah, I didn't forget about her.
Are we going to get a chop? Oh, nice. I wish we at this point, I wish we had volume.
Oh, that was pretty loud. Yeah.
But unfortunately, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I take the sound out of it, ladies and gentlemen, because of copyright. I don't want any copyright infringement. So, but we can watch the match and talk about it. That's what makes #True special. And this is really cool. She's hovering over you now. That's not a good thing.
No, that's never a good place.
You look like you're hurt at this point. Oh, right to the neck. Oh no.
Yeah, she goes after the neck.
She's counting with the ref.
Oh, she doesn't care. She doesn't
I
care. She'll
love
keep it
it.
within the rules, but just
Right.
barely.
Got your neck again. Hey, ref, she's got the neck. Oh.
Tear you down. Started with the neck, went to the midsection, starting on the bottom. Yeah, she'll tear you all the way down. Now this right here, watch this very closely because this hurt. I'm not gonna lie, this hurt.
Oh, a cross body almost through the ropes. Oh,
I did go through the ropes. I did a back bend over the bottom rope, and it hurt. I had like a rope mark on my back.
Oh,
yeah.
That didn't look right. I mean, it looked really good, but it didn't. You didn't look like you fell right. Man, that had to be painful. It was a good move, though. Oh, there you go. Oh, basement drop kick. Very good. Got her back and go. Oh, there's the kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, put her down. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, went for another basement drop kick and missed it.
Yeah, she's got the experience on me there in that sense. She can scout me really well.
Oh, big lariat. Oh, y'all are beating the crap out of each other. And I'm saying that in the nicest, most possible way.
Yeah.
Charles said, not the kicks. Flashback. Boy, the crowd is just, look at how intense they are in watching you guys.
Oh, yeah. They were into it for every second. They, if we had volume, you'd be able to hear them. They were really into it.
And you are right. She's not working one body part. She is working you from head to toe.
Yeah.
Oh, there she goes again. Oh.
And what's funny is the parts that she picks, your neck, your legs, are the things that affect your air as well.
Reversal. Telling her to get up. What you got? There's another one of those kicks. Charles, I know what you're saying now, man. And there it is. Wow. Look at the crowd. I love it. That was a good match. What a kick. Okay, I'm going to have to do this. I'm sorry. I'm going to go. I've got to go back and watch that last kick again. Let's see if I can get my screen to do right.
Yeah. Funny thing was, I was going for the Shining Wizard there, but that was the leg that she was attacking.
Here we go. Match. Oh, right in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great ending to that match. What a match.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I hurt afterwards all over, but it was fun.
There you go. So you are going to be at Redemption on the 15th, correct?
Yep, that is correct.
But you are not aware of your opponent yet, from what I understand from your promo.
True. I've heard rumors. I've heard some whispers here and there, but I don't know exactly who it's going to be yet.
I can't wait to find out who it's going to be. We're going to go ahead and do the poster real quick so we can get these guys. Saturday, July 15th, WASP Wrestling All-Star Promotions presents Redemption at the Forge Creek Community Center. Doors open 6:30, bell time 7:30. 3252 Forge Creek Road in good old Mountain City, Tennessee. Tickets for adults $7, kids 6 to 12 $5, and kids 5 and under with paid adults are free. Man, I'm telling you that's going to be a show. There are so many. You guys, the one thing I love about WASP, and you can tell me about this. These guys really like to tell stories, guys and gals, everyone that goes into, they love promoing. They love telling a story in the ring. They love putting their matches out. It's awesome to watch this company. I've this last month that I've been covering you guys, it has just been a thrill.
That's why I like this company so much. The thing that draws me to wrestling is we're in a very competitive sport in which we're able to tell our stories. There's very few instances, and I would argue there's no other sport in which you can have athletic competition mixed with getting to tell your real story. And you've talked about it before. In this company, there's a lot of family business going on. There's,
Yes.
I try to tell my story of growing up. There's a lot of stories that happen here, and everybody's able to tell those stories through the sport that we all share. And that's what makes it really special.
Right. And for, and for the commissioner and the owners and all that to let you tell that story, that's even better, because if you get a little leeway with, what you can do with your character and what you do there at, wow, it goes a long way, especially for the fans, because if you like what you're doing, we're going to see that and we're going to hook on to it and we're going to become a fan. I'm already a fan. I can't wait. I've already seen that. I've seen a couple of YouTube matches you were on. I'm already a fan. I so want to come to Tennessee. It's not even funny. The real Drago, welcome back to #Truth. He said, nice.
Thank you.
And Joseph's going to be my partner on one of these shows one of these days. He comes up with some good ones. Do you know who you are taking on Sunday in RWC?
Yeah, it said it on the poster. Nina. I'm taking on Nina.
Nina.
On Sunday.
There you go. So there you go, Joseph. She's taking on Nina. Now, I also saw a poster. I think is that 505 Live that I saw where you're in a tag match?
Yeah, that's at the end of the month. July 26th, I believe, Greene County Fair. It's myself and NWA's Kylie Page versus Sasaki and NWA's Kenzie Page.
So you're going to be in the ring with two NWA superstars.
Two NWA superstars and my biggest rival to date, Sasaki. Yep.
Who we just saw, you beat her, but she kind of put a thumping on you. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I faced her this past Saturday, and I still have her hand mark on my back.
Joseph said you better be a fan after canceling on her 16 times.
Man, they just don't like you today.
It wasn't quite that many times, Joseph. It was twice, and I apologized immensely. Trust me. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, they get on to me. They don't let go of anything, but that's okay. As long as you forgive me, that's all that matters to me.
We're all good. We are all good.
So I'm going to ask you a question that I ask. I mean, you haven't been in the business that long, but it's still a cool question. Right now, with the experience that you've had to date, what would the Sam Street of right now tell the Sam Street that walked into Jimmy Valiant's place and went, man, I'd like to be a wrestler?
Oh my gosh. Take the leap. That was at a time where I wasn't really sure of where I was going or what I wanted. I was very unsure of myself. I was completely different, if I'm being honest. It was only 7 months ago, but I looked different. I acted different. Self-perception was completely different. And I wasn't quite sure if I could do it, because you walk in and you see all the stuff on the walls and you get a little intimidated. So I would just tell her, take the leap.
Right. I would be in awe. I've done it. I've walked into places like that. I'm not going to lie. And, seen the memorabilia and some of these people, and just to be face to face with somebody, like Jimmy Valiant or somebody, it's like, man, and he's you look at him sometimes. I can imagine. Look, you probably looked at him sometimes and went, "This is a Hall of Famer talking."
Yeah,
he's talking to me.
it's such a pleasure too, because every week at
Right?
training he sits us all down. We have our meeting. He sits us down and he tells stories from the territories. He gives advice. He talks about us. He talks about the camp. It it's unreal.
I love that. My dad's on. My dad's even impressed. Look at here. He said, "Love
Look
your
at
grit.
that.
Keep it up."
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, good deal.
That is so
So,
cool.
so you got a lot of fans coming up. We're gonna have to make a drive up to Mountain City and check out Wasp. The more I'm interviewing all of you guys, and just so you know, tomorrow, yes, we've got them back. It's the
Ooh,
Mad Faction. We're gonna
you know
talk to
what?
them just before the show on the 15th, and woo.
You know what? I'm gonna watch that one too. I've watched the other ones, but I'm definitely gonna have to watch that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I tell you what, I'll make you this promise. If the young lady in the Mad Faction starts talking about you, it will only take me a second to send you another link, ma'am, and I will let you come back on, and you might be able to say a few words to her.
Please do. Because for the most part, we haven't really crossed paths yet. But you never know. You never know what might
Yeah,
happen.
there you go. Oh, look at here. Grappling Greg Sparks said, make the drive on the 15th. I would love to, sir. I
And I'm
would
gonna be
love to.
honest with you. I'm gonna back him up here on this. I totally agree. The entire environment there is insane. The fans are so dedicated. It adds to the vibe that we create. We feed off of each other. It's an amazing building where we're able
We
to
watched
it
the
echoes.
match when I had the cruiserweight champion on. We watched the match, and it was there at Wasp, and that crowd was just, oh my gosh,
I love them.
it was something, and it was a packed house. I mean, you guys are always in front of, and like you said, it's not just the adults. There's a lot of kids that show up and are looking up to you guys doing all this, and it's just amazing. And like I said, you give us, I have to show it because it's one of the big sayings of my show. What? Wrong one. Let me find it. Did I erase it? I sure did. No, I didn't. There it is. Give me something to invest in. And that's definitely what Wasp does. I mean, all over the place. They give us something to invest in, without a doubt. If you guys don't know who Wasp is, look up Wasp. You see their symbol on the bottom of the page here. Go find their group page and watch these. This young lady right here has a promo that just came out a couple days ago on there. And there's a lot of great talent that puts out a lot of promos to give you something to invest in to come out to the show. You see the poster right there? I'm going to put the poster up on the screen again. Let's see if I can get back to it, because it's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. Being kind of slow. Here we go. All right, there you go. Again, one more time. Saturday, July 15th. Wasp presents Redemption at the Forge Creek Community Center. Doors open 6:30, bell time 7:30. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You got the traveling champ. You've got the women's champ. You've got the I believe that is the traveling champ, the women's champ. You've got the
heavyweight champion, the cruiserweight
heavyweight champ. There you go. Thank you. For some reason my tongue just don't want to work today. I don't know what it is, but thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I think it's because I'm so excited to have you on the show. I'm not even thinking right. I swear to God, I thought that you were never going to speak to me again. But you have been an amazing person to interview. I love it that you play soccer, that you're very athletic, that you've got, the learning tree you're under with 2 Hall of Famers, plus the guys out there at Wasp. There's a few out there that, I'm pretty sure have a little bit to do with, some of your training. These guys are awesome. I mean, if you guys have never went out to a Wasp show and you're anywhere near Mountain City, Tennessee on the 15th, I truly will tell you, go see Redemption. It is worth every penny to get into the door there. Let me tell you, without a doubt.
I agree. I can't say enough good things about it. Like I said, I had my second match there. They welcomed me with open arms, and I didn't, walking into a new company. We talked about this earlier. You never really know what you're going to walk into. But this place is amazing because you have a combination of vets who have been in this for years and bring that old school style that we all love. And then there's people like me who are really, really young. We have a lot of really young people. And so to see those
But
two styles
good.
exist
Don't
at the same
forget,
time-
but good. Young,
Oh,
but
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. So the combination of those two things is just it's such a special thing to be around, and that's what makes this company so unique.
And it won't take you long to get it involved in the storylines because, like Miss Street said, there is family feuds going on left and right in this company, and I mean it's crazy, but it is so fun to watch. So let me give you the floor for the next 30 seconds or however long you want, and I want you to do a short promo on the mystery person that you're going to face this week at Redemption. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Do me a promo.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. We've been talking for, I think, 55 minutes now. So you know my story. You know who I am. You know what I'm about. And if you've seen any of my matches like you showed, you know what I can do. And so at this point, all I have to tell you is I don't know who I'm facing, and it doesn't really matter. I proved time and time again I can win on a soccer field, I can win in the ring, and I can win people over in real life. So I don't care who it is. Bring everything you have, because I'm not just the Wasp Women's Champion. I'm defending who I am as a person.
I can only say one thing to that, and that is the hashtag truth. We will see you guys tomorrow with the Mad Faction. Thank you very much, Miss Street. This was a pleasure to have you on, and I want to have you back on in the future.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night with the Mad Faction.